Hi there everybody and welcome back to another Skilz4umedia tutorial, and today we're going to be creating an HTML, JavaScript and CSS games template so you can create your own games. I hope you enjoy the video, but please subscribe to the channel or even buy us a coffee on the below link. Thank you. Well, hello everybody and welcome back to another Skilz4umedia presentation, and this tutorial all is about setting up a HTML canvas gaming template to create very simple basic games in HTML and CSS. Just a quick shout out to other people who have some great tutorials on YouTube. That's Frank's Laboratory, Poth Programming, also Chris Deloren. It's always good to learn from lots of different teachers. So anyway, today we're going to need 3 files to carry out this exercise, and you're going to need a text editor. My text editor choice for today is Sublime. You can find it on www.sublime.com. And we need to set up a CSS file for the formatting of the website, an HTML file for the content, and interactivity, which will be JS. So first of all, I've created this very simple markup in the HTML program, and within the body part, so you can copy this, quite very simple. So at the top here we've got the doc, HTML, closing bracket HTML, and then we've got the body. So from here I'm going to first of all put a div. It's going to be div ID equals game area. So I'm going to put this in a div, and I'm just going to label that div end game area, just commenting it out. And then within that we're going to set up the canvas. So within the canvas, that's where your game is going to actually be. So canvas ID is going to be called my canvas. You can call it whatever you want, but remember what it is. Width is going to be equals 1280 by height 640. So just remember, once we get to the end of creating the template, make sure that you save it so we can use it for further tutorials. Okay, so from here that's pretty much completed, so make sure you save that. Make sure at the top here as well you've linked a JS file or a JS sheet, JavaScript sheet at the top here. So I've called my master file. I'm saving all of these all in exactly the same directory as you can see there. I've also got an additional one called draw functions, but you don't actually need that. And my style sheet I've called gamestyle.css. Okay, so I'm going to go to my CSS. So you can see I've already written some formatting already, or just a little bit of a skeleton. I'm just going to put in the body, margin. It's going to be 0 pixels, padding 0. I'm going to have a background of yellow, background color equals yellow. Gaming area. Okay, so we're going to put in here width 1280 pixels by height. If I spell that correctly, 640 pixels. Margin, let's have it 5 pixels from the top, and the rest 5 pixels from the bottom as well, and 0 pixels to the left margin. Padding's going to be none. Okay, and then from here the canvas is going to be, I'm just going to copy that. Width, don't need the margin. Margin's going to be 0. Okay, so hopefully when you open up your browser, so we're just going to open up we're just going to test it, make sure it works. And there we go. Oh yes, so we need to change the gaming area. We're going to change that to we're just going to change the canvas. I was going to put a color so we can actually see the canvas. So background color equals background color black. If I spell black correctly, there we go. Right, so go to your text editor choice. Sure enough, and I want to have that centralized. So from here, the gaming area, auto, like so, and hopefully when we go back to it, there we go, that's nice and centralized. So we can see already, we've already set up the HTML side of things. We've got our CSS sheet, we've got the canvas, it's showing, it's going to be 1280 wide. Great stuff. Okay, so now we're going to go move on to the JavaScript file. Okay, so first of all, we're going to write some variables at the top here. So we need to write a variable for the canvas width and canvas length. So I'm going to write that as a constant. So constant canvas width equals 1280, and next canvas height equals 640. Didn't want to put pixels. Okay, so now we're going to put some variables. C is going to equal canvas. I'm just going to put that undefined for the time being. Undefined. Let CTX equals, that's going to be undefined. And canvas position, that's going to be, for the time being, we're going to call that, put 0 in there. Right, I'm going to set up a function now. It's cool once the window opens. Window on load equals function. Okay. So from here, so it's going to be initiate. So from here, we want to go and grab the canvas. I'm going to put in here document. Actually, that's going to be from here. C equals document dot get element by ID. I'm going to put in there my canvas. Grabbing the canvas, the ID, it's called my canvas. CTX is going to be equals C dot get context. It's going to be a 2D project. 2D. Right, I'm just going to test. Make sure this actually also works at the moment. So I'm just going to console log. Make sure we haven't got any errors. Okay, so from there, let's go. Actually, I'm just going to find. I always like doing things in Chrome. Personally, I prefer Chrome. Okay, so from there, test area. Let's just bring up on screen. So make sure you go to location of where you've saved your project so far. Template, right, okay, so from here, let's go and test it out. Inspect. Console log. Okay, so I'm going to go, so what I did there was I right-clicked on the screen and then clicked inspect, and over towards the right-hand side. Then I'm going to click on console, and you can see there the test has come out, so that's actually worked. Good stuff. Okay, so from here, I want to use the canvas position. So for the next project, we're going to be using the mouse to move an object around the screen. And I need to get the mouse coordinates. How do I actually do that? So I'm going to put in here a document event. I'm going to add an event listener. Add event listener. Mouse move. Mouse move. Mouse move. And then we've got function. E for event. Okay, so I need to put some code in there in regards to the grabbing the mouse coordinates. So up top here, I'm going to add another variable called mouse equals brackets x. For the time being, I'm going to put 0. Actually, it's not something going on. It's y. Okay, and there. I think we're there. Okay, so cool. Okay, so from here, I'm hopefully going to grab, as they say, I'm hopefully going to grab the mouse coordinates on the canvas. Okay, so from here, I'm going to put mouse x equals e.x minus canvas. One thing I forgot to do is the canvas position, to get the canvas position, but we'll do that anyway. I'm doing little things a little bit back to front. Dot left, and then mouse dot y equals e dot y minus canvas position dot top. Okay, so there's something I need to do a little bit for that. Canvas position equals c dot get. I always get this bit right. Bounding client rect. Okay. So let me check, make sure that's working so far, and then so let's just put in there console log test. Okay, so all the way through the project I'm actually testing this out. So let's see if there's any errors. Go to my browser, I've saved it, press refresh. Is not a function. So I spelled something wrong here. That's because I spelled it wrong. Add event listener. Okay, let's try that out again. Okay, so it actually tests. So this is why it's really good to just keep on checking the code as you're going along. Sometimes you do make typos, you forget to put things in, and then you don't want to be writing 500 lines of code and finding out your project doesn't work. Okay, so from here, after we've done that, we want to go to the game loop. So I'm going to put in here at the bottom, game loop. So it's going to go to the game loop. Okay, so I've done that part. Okay, so from here, let's write the game loop. So to write the game loop, I'm first of all going to click function. I'm going to call it game loop. Timestamp. Okay, and from there, curly braces. So when we're doing that game loop, it's doing clear, it's updating, it's drawing, and it goes round and round in a circular motion. So it's updating constantly. So from here, I want a function called, actually we're just going to put in there ctx clearrect. So it's clearing the screen. It takes 4 different parameters, or arguments should I say. So from here we're going to go x, starts at x, that's your y coordinates. And then we're going to be clearing the whole of the canvas width by canvas height, like so. Okay, and then we also want a draw update game, CTA. So from here we're going to put a function called draw game. We're going to put our characters in, we're going to put our update game. We haven't actually wrote those lines yet. Update game. And then we want to go window.request animation frame. And then we go and put in there game loop. Okay, so what it's doing is it's going through that code, it clears the canvas, it draws the canvas, it updates the canvas, and then it goes all the way back to the start. Just going to write some dummy functions in here. So again, this is really good for your template. So we're just going to call this. Remember, we've included a couple of. I'll just delete that actually. I'll put that underneath. So we need to add a function called drawGame and updateGame function, and then from there updateGame. Not going to put anything in there for the time being. Then from there, drawGame. Okay, so let's just go and test that out. So we'll just go and place that I'll just place that into the updateGame function just to test this out, just to make sure it's working. Okay, so we're going to go back to the browser. As you can see, on my console log, it's keeping going through the console, typing out test in the console log as it's going around in that loop. So let's just go and quickly test out to make sure the canvas is we can draw on the canvas. So I'm going to just create a square. You don't have to do this, but let's just do a little bit of an exercise. So all we're going to do is put a rectangle into the drawGame. So I'm just going to put in there CTX save, CTX fill style. Okay, so this is going to be the color of the rectangle that we're going to put on the screen. I'm just going to put it as, actually bring it as yellow, so it's nice and bold, so you guys can see it. CTX, and then we're going to fill the create the rectangle. So from here, CTX dot fill rect. Okay, it's going to take 4 arguments. So we're going to put it at 100x, 100 from the top. We'll make it 100 big by 100 width by 100 height. And from there, we're just going to restore like so. Okay, so from here, fingers crossed. There we have another nice yellow square on the screen. Okay, so what we can actually do is one of our other next projects will be obviously we've done this work up the top here in regards to the mouse X and mouse Y. What I'm going to do is actually place those coordinates on the screen. So how I'm actually going to do that? I'm actually going to create another a function that you just go and type in some text and it includes it on the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one of a readily prepared function. This is a code which I prepared earlier. So I'm just going to paste this down here, and this is going to be called draw text. I know at the moment it's saying draw text 2, but I'll just change that out. Okay, so from here, it's going to take 4 arguments. It's going to take the text which you input. It's going to take the X, the Y value, and the color. In fact, I'm just going to leave the color. We're going to take the color out actually. So it's going to take text, it's going to take the X, it's going to take the Y, and then from there, it's going to use a font of 100. Actually, we're probably going to bring that down to 20. So this is code you can use over and over again. Color, I'm actually going to change the color to white. Fill style. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that code, or take the name of that function, and place it into drawGame. So from here, I'm just going to put in there, for the time being, test. And I'm going to put the bottom of the page, so it's going to be 20 from the left, 570 from the top. Okay, so hopefully, there you go. You can see the test has gone down bottom. Now, what I'm going to do is going to get that the mouse coordinates in there. Okay, so from here, I use the key, not the symbol on the @ button, but the key just above your tab. When we're not quite sure what this one's actually called, it's next to your 1 button on the keyboard to the left. So I'm going to put in here. Type in there mouse X colon, and then we're going to go, this is a new way of, okay, so from here we're going to go mouse.x, and 20 from the side by 570 down. Temporal, literal, that's what I was trying to remember what it was. Okay, so hopefully, as you can see now, you can see when we're actually dragging the mouse across the canvas, you can see the coordinates in comparison to where we move within the canvas. So as I get closer towards the left hand side, you can see that the X is following that. So from there, let's go and do that. So from here, I'm going to get the Y, grab Y, okay, do exactly the same thing. So again, probably want to move it down. So let's just bring it down a little bit further. Great stuff. Let's just refresh. So again, as we get to the top of that left-hand corner of our canvas, you can see that you've got your coordinates in connection with your mouse movement across the canvas, which is great if you want to create a game that you're moving an item or an object around the screen. So from here, I think we're going to call it a day for that tutorial. So we have set up a very basic template that you can start creating some simple JavaScript games. So make sure you save this on your computer and save this as a template, because again, you can use this over and over again with some of the other projects that we're going to be doing. Thanks very much for watching. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. As I say, there's lots of other people online who create some really great JavaScript, Canvas tutorials. Check out Frank's Laboratory, check out Poth Programming, check out Chris Deloren as well. It's always good to learn from lots of different people. Hopefully you've learned something new, at least from doing this very basic tutorial. I hope to catch you on the next video. Make sure you subscribe, please. If you want to buy me a coffee, feel free to. Thanks very much for your time, and I shall see you on the next video.